What makes art move us? I believe, in all its forms, it is its inherently personal nature. Whether a piece of art affects us in any meaningful or substantial way relies primarily on several essential elements, namely, the willingness to enter into a conversation about that particular piece or style of art, an educated approach to that conversation, educated and measured counterpoints, and finally, the desire to understand, completely, a work of art. The common theme reaching across each of these requirements is education. Too often, a work of art is discounted because it is misunderstood, and that does a disservice not only to that particular piece, but to the medium as a whole. Every single medium of artistic expression has, during its formative years, faced a public that both misunderstood and downplayed its cultural and historical significance as a new creation. Today, right now, another new medium of artistic expression is facing its most vocal and critical detractors. I am, of course, speaking about video games as a form of artistic expression. In video games, our society has created something so unique that it has never in the history of art as a concept even been attempted. Our current technological ability has given us the opportunity not simply to experience art as a passive recipient, but to actively participate and dictate how that experience unfolds. It has been argued that the true appreciation of a master painter's work, or the simple act of reading a novel, is in itself a conscious action, and cannot therefore by definition be passive. To that, I counter that while the activity is not passive, the manner in which the experience is transmitted is. A novel's words are not altered on subsequent read-throughs, and a master's painting is not physically altered by subsequent viewings. But within video games, the power exists not only to fully engage our senses and emotions, but also bring the individual experiencing it into the work itself and have, at varying levels, a fundamental and necessary decision on how it is experienced. Never before has artistic expression had the freedom to transmit ideas and engage its audience like video games. But, like all of its artistic forefathers, the loudest individuals in the discussion of video games' merit as art are the most uninformed. They claim video games are trivialities and gamers immature. I say false. They say there is no redeeming value in video games, and games are responsible for some of society's more horrifying ailments. Again, I say false. They claim video games are dangerous. To that, I say true. Video games are dangerous, in the same way that books are dangerous, in the same way movies are dangerous, in the same way that an idea is dangerous. Video games have the power to evoke such raw and powerful emotions within us that it is impossible to ignore their message, regardless of what that message is. Great art is controversial, always has been. It makes us stop and look, critically, at our world and our place within it. It makes us look at ourselves and take stock of the things that we hold on to as fundamental and inescapable truths. We can take the high road on any hypothetical situation, but it's not until we're forced to come face to face with a situation that has no right answer that we truly understand the person we are. Video games give us that opportunity in a way that is truly innovative in its application, because only within video games are we able to participate in that ambiguity in whatever form we choose. Video games create those worlds for us to inhabit, if only for a short time, and compress an entire life's worth of experiences into a few precious hours. They take literary themes and motifs and create love and loss, and joy and sadness and the entire gamut of human emotion and produce stories that we carry with us forever. Video games' musical scores have been reproduced by professional troupes at massive venues across the world. The cinematic vision of the directors of modern games has captured the attention of filmmakers from Hollywood to Japan, and their character design has been emulated millions of times by cosplayers everywhere who create professional quality costumes and effects. To say that video games are just a waste of time is to ignore the monumental cultural value they have already imparted in such a relatively short period of time. This channel, Literary Gaming, is the culmination of the years of misunderstanding and social stigma that are attached to video games. Video games are not only a genuine form of artistic expression and should be considered as such, but also a commercially viable form as well. If there were a defined set of criteria for inclusion into the hallowed halls of acceptance, I would contend that without exception, video games meet them. In this channel, I will be creating and uploading videos that aim to present gaming as art and treat it as such. Everything from critical analyses of the literary illusions in video games to opinion pieces on the effectiveness of specific thematic and technical aspects of the same. If we truly want to educate the general population and remove many of the social stigmas that are attached to video games and gaming as a culture, we need to lead the intelligent discussion of our medium. Because no one knows gaming like we do, and who better to lead the campaign than those that are responsible for its success?